There are strong indications that former President Trump could soon be charged with a crime after he was given an invitation to appear before a grand jury in Manhattan. Trump lashed out again last night at prosecutors in New York. They're now investigating an alleged hush money payment to adult film star Stormy Daniels and whether it was classified as a legal expense during his 2016 presidential campaign. Ed O'Keefe joins us now with more on this story. Ed, thanks so much for making time this morning. I want to start with asking, what does Trump, being given the option to testify, really say about how likely criminal charges are here?
Well, what it signals is that he may be facing them, because in New York State, when you're in this kind of a situation, prosecutors are supposed to give you the option to testify if you so choose, and then usually criminal charges follow thereafter. In this case, it's unlikely that the former president will show up to the grand jury to testify, but the signal that that happened, that the invitation was made, is what set this off, the latest round of reporting, and gives a signal that criminal charges could be forthcoming. Of course, he would be the first American president to face criminal charges.
And Ed, important to note, too, this may not be the only indictment Trump could face. Explain why.
Oh, that's right. He's got a few other cases with his name on them right now. Remember, there's that situation down in Georgia where Atlanta area prosecutors are looking into allegations that he tried to interfere in the results of the 2020 election in the Peach State. There are the federal investigations that the Justice Department continues to look at, including what he knew or what he did around the January 6th insurrection and other issues related to that, that there's a special counsel in place. Of course, the classified document situation at his home in Florida as well. In all three cases, though, Trump continues to insist he did nothing wrong. They're politically motivated.
Right. So how is he responding to all this? And could this impact his 2024 presidential run?
He says it won't. Just last week, when he was asked about all this, he reiterated that even if he's indicted, he will continue running for president. And if you're one of those viewers who sits there and goes, wait a second, can he do that? Yes, he can. There's nothing stopping anyone who's under federal indictment, state indictment, facing criminal charges at the state or federal level from running for president. The question would be, is he ever, formally charged, goes through a trial, and then convicted of something? That's when you have to stop running. But up until then, there's nothing saying you can't. And it looks like he's going to test whether voters, at least, think that that's an acceptable situation. There's a poll out this morning, for example, in Iowa. Among voters there, his favorabilities have dropped compared to 4 years ago, but he's still in the mix, and in his view, there's no reason to stop.
Right, and as we know, a lot of these processes just take a lot of time. In other news that we're following this morning, EU president now in Washington this week, set to meet with the president. What's on the agenda for this meeting? What are they going to be discussing, Ed?
Well, most of the war in Ukraine. This continues a series of meetings that the president has had with world leaders, especially from Europe, as the conflict in Ukraine continues. And so that meeting will happen this afternoon. Expect conversation about not only the military assistance that Ukraine needs, but the potential economic fallout across the continent as the conflict heads into its second year. And the president has a little more foreign policy ahead of him. Next Monday, he is set to meet with the prime ministers of Australia and the United Kingdom in San Diego to discuss a nuclear submarine agreement between the three countries, the so-called AUKUS group, which is an acronym for Australia, the United Kingdom, and the United States, has only been formed in the last few years. It is designed to counter China's growing naval supremacy in the Pacific. Australia is looking for nuclear-powered submarines. This announcement on Monday expected to formally lay out plans for Australia to get them from the United States and the UK.
Okay, we'll be watching to see what comes out of that. Ed, thanks so much.
Take care.